attack. Only thing Valy has now is a whole bunch of zealots on the ground and a phoenix. But those colossi are going to change the game a bit once again.
Oh, God, Colossi. You gotta love him. Well, I mean, he's still got Blink Stalkers, and a lot of them coming out of his natural now. Maybe he's going to try to do a little bit of a little sneak attack again with the Observer getting vision of the high ground. And let's have a look here. He's getting the vision out of the high ground now.
You can almost never go wrong with Blink Stalkers. I just love to see that, especially when you've got some cliffs to really abuse there. What he could do is really make a number on those zealots if he attacks them on the ground first and then jumps up the cliff. He can wipe out a bunch of them and go ahead and focus down those colossi, which well, we're about to see what he does now.
Taking out some pylons. Now he's going for the Stargate. Smart move. But now those colossi are really what's going to start making Chi get a little concerned. And wow, that's a lot of zealots. Thank God they don't have charge yet. But at least he came in. He took out a few pylons. He took out the Stargate. And now he's just really got to figure out a counter for the zealots and the colossi, because that's just going to cause a lot of damage.
Certainly is. I'm guessing he's probably going to go for colossi himself. But he won't be able to do that very efficiently, considering he still only has 2 probes in each gas. It's the constant StarCraft problem, man. It's the not enough probes in the gas situation. You don't notice until you watch this cast and say, "Oh God, damn it!"
Actually, he just got some in the geysers now.
Oh,
that's
well,
kind of funny. And he's getting more geysers over there in the natural.
I swear to God, we're psychic. We can deliver our messages psychically or telepathically.
And he got out an immortal. I guess that's pretty good against colossi, but all those zealots will take out those immortals in no time.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have many stalkers to make the purchase of these immortals viable. Jeez.
It's going to be kind of tight, I think. But I'll tell you where Chicago is going to have a small breath of air is the fact that those zealots don't have charge, and they won't be getting charge anytime soon. Doesn't even have a Twilight Council down. He's just going regular zealots, not very useful, with colossi, that already have the distance upgrade, of course, and 4 stalkers. I think right now Chicago's unit composition is better, and properly microed, he'll be able to focus down those colossi and just clean up those zealots with no problem.
I'd like to see some sentries on Chicago's side, because he's going to need him to block off those zealots and whatever. Yeah, I know that the colossi...
They won't be very useful because the colossi will just stomp them, you know?
Yeah, but sometimes people forget that, and they just like keeping the colossi in the back, keep them firing and whatever. But it would be a good distraction. Then he would have to force the colossi to move in closer to him. Oh, it's a good blink there. He took out one of the colossi, but now all those zealots are really going to cause a hell of a lot of problems.
He blinked up the cliff. Good man.
Yeah, good high ground control there.
That's exactly what I was saying before. He could really clean up those zealots as long as he uses the cliffs to his advantage. And now he's going to wipe out that colossus there. Say goodnight. Pick off some stragglers. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. That's a really
loss.
tall colossus. But
that's a huge loss. Oh man, we could see here in the units lost tab that Red, who was Valy, just lost 67-75, while Chicago only lost 48-50. Jesus, I mean, that was a hell of a defense. Great blink.
That was very nice. That was very nice. It's exactly what I was saying before, and I'm glad that my telepathic powers reached all the way to wherever he lives. Probably not Chicago, though. Probably somewhere, I don't know, in sort of northeastern Europe.
I think it's Swedish.
Okay. Sweden, then. Actually, there's a bunch of good Swedish StarCraft players. I think S. Zhao is one of them, isn't it? I don't know, I think so. But Valy says, you know what? I'm just going to keep doing this Colossus thing with my non-upgraded zealots, because that's how I roll. He did put down the Twilight Council, though, so he'll probably get that upgrade. There it goes, and he just boosted it as well. Those Colossi keep pouring out. Now I think it's going to get a little more difficult for Chicago to do anything, because he doesn't have any sentries to control those Zealots. Not that it matters, because that's a whole lot of Colossi. And those Colossus do a lot of damage.
And also, I mean, I've noticed for a while that Valy has had his gold up for quite a while, and it's actually oversaturated. And Chicago's only now laid down the Nexus, which is going to get scouted by the Observer. So I think that's why he's pushing out now. Valy knows, like, oh, wait, economically, I'm way ahead of this guy, so let's see what I can do.
Certainly is. He knows exactly what he's on about. Blinking to the high ground there with those Stalkers, that's a good little move, but now they're sort of trapped until they can blink again. Oh my!
Man, that's the end of the game.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you know what I would have liked to have seen? A whole bunch more Immortals, so that they could just go and focus those Colossi down. But
Zealots would have taken care of them.
That's true. That's true. He'd have to use them well and efficiently, kind of send them around a flank or something. But there's really no other way to deal with Colossi unless he got a whole bunch of Colossi himself. Valy waiting.
I see you won't watch his Family Guy.
Cool whip. But there you go. He used one of his Immortals to take out that Colossus from the back. That's okay, but that doesn't really matter right now because he's just about to roll in and finish this off. Nice little force field, I suppose, but stomped.
Yeah. Jeez. And now he's just throwing down those things as a joke or something. I would have liked to see a GG by now, that's for sure.
He was just prepping to say something. You know, saying your name plus fighting is like calling yourself cool. A little bit of smack talk, that's okay, because I think it's all friendly.
Yeah.
But that's just about the end of it, unfortunately. I don't really know. I think a whole bunch of Immortals and some Zealots to support the Immortals would have been maybe a bit more useful there than just a whole bunch of Stalkers, especially when they got blinked onto that high ground and got all clustered up. I don't know.
Now, I tell you what would have really fixed that game right up.
What?
You noticed it was just tons of Zealots and whatever, and he stopped getting Phoenixes at one point. If Chicago supported all of his Stalkers and all that stuff and his Immortals and whatever with Void Rays, that would have cleaned up his army in no time.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I hadn't even considered that. Void Rays would have done some amazing damage there. I mean, Valy only had what, 2, 3, 4 Stalkers. Yeah. Those Void Rays would have conquered. Actually, hadn't even considered that. That's what makes me the copper and you the diamond, I guess. Yeah, he could have actually pumped out a couple of Void Rays pretty fast if he wanted to. Oh well, there you go. Anything to add to that, or shall we call it?
I think that's it.
That's just about it. All right. So thanks to the Strategist Union, Valy and Chicago. Nice game. Yeah, we'll see them again sometime soon, hopefully. And it's John.